Marriage is a team sport. Shared mission, shared values, and shared lifestyle. Would you agree? How about that?
It's definitely a team sport,
You know, what's
but
going on?
I
Man,
wouldn't
that might be you,
necessarily.
man. Everybody meet up in between. Shan always got a circus over that, man. I know
But
you
there's
2 hours. I know you 2 hours before me and 3 hours before most people, man. But come on,
yeah,
it's not,
Shane did that last week, bro.
yeah.
He did that
I
last
think he's
week.
doing that shit on purpose so he can try to go to the chat. Y'all make sure y'all let me know if Shan is in the chat tonight. Shan should not be in the chat. The chat is turned off. He should not be chatting tonight.
It is turned off.
Yeah, right. So if Shan is in the chat, call him out, hold him accountable. All right, Shan. I should see you looking at the screen, brother. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dr. Humble Dad. We had a little interference with one of our students.
No doubt. I definitely feel like it's a team sport. However, there is always a team captain when it comes to sports, and every person on the team doesn't necessarily share the same mission or the values or the lifestyle, even though they should, based on how the team is being coached. As for me, and in my house, we would serve the Lord, as it says in the biblical context. And so for me, I'm always, for me, I'm looking for the woman, and I have one that's going to share the same mission that I have, as well as the values that I have, as well as the lifestyle, in the sense of, like, our lifestyles can be different. Like, for me, I would say that I'm a pretty boring guy, because I'm cool with just chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm cool with chilling at the house. Whereas, my lady, she wants to get out and about, right? So that's like a different lifestyle, right? However, uh, the ultimate goal is to make sure that we are being productive in our relationship, and making sure each one of us is moving towards the goal. And my goal is, or my mission is, to make sure that the way that we run our marriage, whenever that happens, is to make sure that other black couples see us as a standard, right? And so, as well as how we raise our kids, that people will see that how we raise our kids, they want to kind of implement that. So we'll share that mission, and our values are always connected to biblical principles, but our lifestyle may not necessarily be the same, because, like I said, I'm a boring guy. She's a little bit more adventurous, but we can intertwine and interlink those to make sure that both of us are always coming together to make each other better.
All
So
right.
overall, yes, marriage is a team sport.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip.
That marriage is a team sport. And so if you look at the best teams of all time, what are they built off of? You have a shared mission, shared values, and then shared lifestyle. Like, shared mission is that you're both going towards the same thing in life. You can have your own ways of getting there, but you both want to end up at the same place. Below that is, like, we have shared values, which is we agree that we abide by these values to get to that vision. And then the last piece to it is shared lifestyle or interests. A lot of people only have their love for each other in common, and so they don't have activities or things that they can share and collaborate over outside of that.
All right, just a little bit of context. Any gentleman want to care to speak on that? We just heard Humble Dad and his perspective. What are you guys' thoughts after hearing Humble Dad as well as the video?
I think it's the same. I do agree with Humble Dad on all points, especially when you say you guys don't have to really have the same lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys. I kind of look at it more as like hobbies and what things y'all like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I think, like, I should say that if your woman and y'all got different interests, that shouldn't really be a big problem. You know what I'm saying? Y'all adults, you should be able to move freely throughout the relationship on the things you guys want to do, as long as it's not destructive to you guys in the relationship. You know what I mean? But everything else, as long as we share the same values, the same mission, and we both understand what the mission is and what we need to do to get there, I think it'll work out.
Okay. I think a different lifestyle could possibly be, and I look at a different lifestyle is one person smokes weed, the other person doesn't. One person smokes cigarettes, other person doesn't. One person works out and the other person doesn't. One person eats differently than the other person, and the other person eats dumb shit. That isn't going to work. So that's because some of y'all might look at lifestyle as being different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a woman that likes football or is a fan of the LA Rams, but I want a woman that goes to the gym. So like my rendition or way of looking at lifestyle is, the things that I actually said, but y'all might have a different way of looking at lifestyle. Somebody who likes tennis, she likes tennis. You don't have to like tennis. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can still work out. So it just depends on what you see as a lifestyle. But with me, whatever we are doing, our children are going to do. So if my woman eats dumb shit all the time and I don't, our children is going to start eating dumb shit or continue eating dumb shit. And they're going to look at me like I'm crazy when I say something about eating the dumb shit. So that part of the lifestyle with me is not going to work, because I ain't going to be able to lead the household if my kid or her kid and her are doing dumb shit when I'm doing something else over here. They just going to be looking at me like, oh, okay, well, we don't want to do that. That ain't going to work, because at some point it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, Mr. Let It Go, I think you got a great point there. I kind of want to expand on that, defining what lifestyle is. I mean, I think that's big. But at the end of the day, I think it all comes down to, this is king talk, that the king is laying down what the mission is for the group. The king is laying down what the values are going to be in the household, that the king is laying down what the primary lifestyle is going to look like in that family, in that household, because that is your kingdom, is that house, your wife, y'all's kids, and whatever you do is going to reflect on the children, however you want to bring them up in whatever lifestyle. Like you said, if I come from an active background, I come from an athletic household, she may not. Well, this household will. So we got to get on the same page or it's not going to work. I eat healthy. I need you to be cooking healthy so our children can be healthy. And I don't know too many women that are going to fight that too much on. So you disagree that our kids don't need to be healthy, that they don't need to be eating, fruits and vegetables and drinking juice and a natural fruit juice and juicing and all that type of stuff. And then, and this is somebody that's not married. This is somebody who's single. I've had serious relationships like that, but not to that point. But as someone that knows what he wants in a woman, in a future wife, in a household, I think shared mission is a key thing, because it's a key thing, but you have to lay that out there so she has something to aspire to, so that you all can be on the same page.
Ladies, just to say this, if you have soda in your refrigerator, you don't deserve a husband. I just want to say that.
Wow. Okay.
Let me say this. I like
that.
I agree with I tend to lean towards what Mr. Letgo's saying about the lifestyle situation. It depends on the lifestyle. The best way of saying is like this. I'm not going to say what can work, what cannot work. I'm just going to go by the probability. If you have two different lifestyles, the probability of that working is more or less. Not that it can't work. I done seen marriages, it might be an exceptions to the rules. You might could be considered an exception to the rule, where you see people with two different lifestyles and they make it work, right? But more times than none, typically we're told that it doesn't work. If you have more similar lifestyles, or if y'all have at least can agree, which I lean to what Dr. Humble Dad said, at least you can agree on some things that you set, and and y'all based upon those rules and regulations, then yes, it's going to work, because y'all agree on it, on the same lifestyle, in other words. So it depends on what we are calling lifestyle. How detailed are we getting into this? How generic are we talking, or vague? Are we speaking about it? So, but I definitely think that to be equally yoked, the foundation y'all need to agree on, and everything else you get to work out.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ali, I have something I want to ask. Like, my thing is like, what's the point?
Brandon, hold on real
My
quick.
thing,
Looking at Mr. Ali, what you doing?
What do you mean?
You going live?
Oh, I'm live on my YouTube. Hey, yo, I'm live on my YouTube, and that's why people saying, yo, you on the Lapeef Network? I said, yeah. So they
Not at Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. They sliding over to the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not
he in the social media room.
I mean, there you go, James.
Yeah, he got the TV in the background, got us all on there, all that. Yeah,
Sean, it's not the YouTube, it's just YouTube. I just want to say.
Okay, man.
That's like the Facebook, right?
Yeah, Brandon, what you were saying? No,
go ahead, Brandon. My bad.
No, you good, Pete. You good. No, I was saying, like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of being with somebody that's not on the same page? You know, lifestyle wise, or value wise, or mission wise. If y'all can't get on the same page, then what are we doing? I guess I'm somebody that I know exactly what I want, with who I want in that aspect. Now, I understand there's give and take in relationships and everything, but as the man, as the leader of the household, and her being my helpmate, I got to help her understand what the mission is, period, so she can believe in me and support me so that we can do it together as a team. You know, same thing with the values. If we're not on the same page of what you believe in, what I believe in, what's important to you, what's important to me, what's important to how we raise these kids, why am I wasting my time with you? And then with the shared lifestyle, you know, people, you can't control how you come up in life. You can't control what the circumstances you're born into, the type of family that you're born into, where you grew up at, or anything like that. But as an adult, you know, what did you do after that? You know, like you said, lifestyle can be about, do you work out or not? Do you eat healthy or not? Do you smoke or not? Or it can also be, you know, how do you live? What does your living circumstances look like? Am I getting you up out the projects and getting you out of all the roaches and stuff and bring you into my palace? You know, it's going to be a disconnect there. It's going to be, not saying that you can't make something happen or find your way to a common ground there. But at the end of the day, if we can't be here and you're not on my playbook, on my page, I can't do anything with you.
I agree. What is the point? I think why would you want to make it more hard for yourself dealing with people who's not on the same page as you? And listen, we can't control what you can control. If you courting, listen, this is the way I want to run it. This is what I believe. If you don't believe this, then let's not even waste our time. Right? If you're not gonna believe me and trust what I'm saying it is, cool. A woman has the right to follow the man that she wants. She don't gotta follow you. If she don't agree with you or don't respect, you know, the direction of where you want to go in life, and she feel like her mission is not in line with your mission, she go find somebody else. You're not forcing her, and she don't need to force you to try to change what you want, because you already know what you want. So I agree with you.
So
now what I will do is that I kind of want to ask, you know, some of the other guys on the panel that may be married, that go through this or been through this. I mean, what do y'all have a different perspective on it or what have you? Because again, I'm not married, so that's just how I see it.
Yeah, I jump in there, speak for the married contingent here.
Appreciate it, James.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's talk about it, right? Because this all sounds good, and I agree with the sentiments of much of what everybody is saying here. As a matter of fact, my wife and I, as marriage educators, our movement, Marriage by Design, was all about that. Is have a marriage by design. Most people get married by default instead of married by design, right? They're not intentional. It's like, well, we just been together this long. I guess the next natural step, the next natural progression is for us to get married. So you got married by default, not by design. And being intentional about shared values, being intentional about shared mission, shared lifestyle. So this all sounds simple. As a matter of fact, marriage is simple. Marriage is not, everybody says marriage is hard. Marriage is not hard, right? In Marriage by Design, what we talk about is being intentional. It comes down to two tenets. And this fits with marriage being a team sport. Personal development, right? Work harder on yourself than you work in your marriage. A lot of people think they have marriage problems, and upon further review, it's not really marriage problems. People think they have a marriage problem, and upon further review, like, you an asshole. That ain't a marriage problem. You just a jerk. Like, you know, you think you got a marriage problem and you just don't know how to communicate. That's not a marriage problem. You just don't know how to communicate. So personal development. If I'm committed to personal development and my wife's committed to personal development, you know, we'll be all right. And then number 2 is equal importance, not equal roles. Right? As we're talking about, you know, the wife needs to come under the mission and the vision that I'm casting forward. In a great team, if marriage is a team sport, there's different roles. There's stars on the team, and there's role players. And role players are equally as important, right? We've seen teams that got stars and ain't got no bench. You don't win the chip. Okay, but you ain't the star though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a role. So we got equal importance, not equal roles. And if this is so simple, and all of us are pretty much in lockstep agreement in all our things, then why does it not work out that way? Or here's why. It's because as much as we're talking about shared value, shared mission, shared lifestyle, you know, somebody's got to be the leader on the team, all of these great things, people don't make decisions that way because they don't actually choose based off of everything that we're talking about. People actually end up choosing based off of their feelings, the dopamine, the endorphins. They don't. You talk about shared mission. People don't really have a true understanding of what their mission is. They haven't done enough inner work, introspection, time with themselves to know what's my real mission, what's my real value system. Like, people fall into a lifestyle. They find themselves in cycles of lifestyle that they've never really stepped back and examined. So if you don't have a clear understanding of your lifestyle, your vision, your mission, you're not choosing based off of that. But if we did step back and choose based off of that, and we had a marriage by design, we were intentional in designing it based off of, do we have the same world views? Do we have the same values, the same life? If we made decisions based off that, marriage is so much simpler, and it doesn't have to be hard. But we don't choose that way because I landed with this. We have a misunderstanding of what love is. We say, well, you just love, you can't help who you love. We say stupid stuff like that. You love who you love. That's not love. That's dopamine. That's a feeling. That's, you know, endorphin. That's chemical. It's literally chemical. We talk about butterfly. We talk about literal chemicals. People think that's love. That's not love. Like, love is an actual decision, and you make the decision. A sound decision of love is based off of the things that we're talking about. But that's not how people choose. And so that's why it sounds good in us having this conversation, but it don't work out like that because people don't choose based off of the wisdom that we're talking about right now.
Gotcha. Anybody else want to speak on this?
Hey, you see Shannon's facial expression? I want to hear what Shannon got to say.
Shannon's gonna say, no, this marriage is some bullshit.
Shannon, what you got?
No. I listen. One thing Brandon was saying that, well, I agree with a lot of everybody and not a lot of everybody. One thing that Brandon had mentioned, he was saying, I want men to change the way they think and speak these days. But then Brandon turned around and ended it perfectly. So I think he was thinking the right thing, but not saying the right thing initially. And what has happened a lot is ambiguity has caused a lot of problems and confusions with women these days. And I want men to be more specific with their words. Like the whole thing, let's get on the same page. We got to eradicate that phrase. Let's get on the same page. No, you write the page and she gets on it. And that's what Brandon ended up.
Okay.
That's what he circled around at the end back and said. I was like, all right, cool. So we gotta be clear. Getting on the same page is that whole partnership, the whole power couple shit. And that stuff has been a problem. If you write the page and she gets on it, you give it. I think Brandon used the word playbook. And she's like, okay, I like this play, and I think this would be a great actual play for us to do. Then everything is going to work out. It's been proven for thousands of years. The fact that we've gotten away from that has caused a lot of problems. According to the question at the bottom, marriage is a team sport, shared mission, shared values, shared lifestyle. I'm a no, yes. I'm a no, yes on that one. The reason why I'm a no is back to what I just talked about, the shared mission, right? The mission is yours. The mission is going to be Mr. Let Go's when he gets married. The mission is going to be Dr. Humble Dad's when he gets married. The mission needs to be yours, right? And then she gets on that playbook. So it doesn't need to be shared. It needs to be, this is what we're doing. This is what we're focusing on. And this is, where we're going. You want to go? because I'm going with or without you. This is what's happening. I can get there faster with you. It'll be a lot easier with you, and I will succeed even further with you, but I'm still going without you. So do you want to go with me? And if she's with you, then cool. The mission is yours. The values is a yes. You got to have the same values. Absolutely. Those need to be shared between you and your woman for the rest of your lives. That's one of the things that, you know, I always tell people about the standards and the preferences. And a lot of people like to take those two lists and make them one big jumbled list. And that's the reason why they're confused in their dating life, as opposed to taking and separating the list and having a standards list and a preferences list, where the preferences change over time. Standards typically stay with you for the rest of your life. So your values need to be kind of the same between you and your woman. And then the lifestyle thing, Mr. Let Go nailed it. You know, hobby and lifestyle is two different things, but they're dangerously close. You know what I'm saying? So fashion, eating and nutrition, praise and worship, you know, comfort in your living spaces, the kind of cars you guys drive. That's lifestyle. Now, if you want to play if she don't like football and you love football, that's okay. But if you love outdoor sports and love hiking and love, you know what I'm saying, jet skiing and love fucking going snowboarding every winter, you know what I'm saying? You want to go with the Black Ski Weekend for the week, and she's just a homebody and like to read, and she don't like to do none of that kind of stuff. That's, even though those are hobbies, because they blend over into lifestyle, it could be problematic. So that's why the lifestyle part still needs to be on the same sheet of music. Don't be somebody who loves to skydive and you got a woman who's scared of heights. That could be problematic, because you're going to want to do things that she doesn't want to do. Don't have somebody that loves to go to McDonald's and you a vegan. Don't have somebody that's, you know, atheist and you praise and you go to church. So lifestyle has to be on the same sheet of music. What's the second one? Values have to be on the same sheet of music, but mission needs to be defined by the leader, the head of the household. And so then Shan, everybody in that household jumps on that. Go ahead.
Okay. So, but to that point, if it's defined by the leader of that household, but everybody jumps on it, then everybody is still on shared mission at that point.
No, it's not shared, because you might change the mission.
And then they got to change what they getting on board with. Yeah. If you're the leader, I'm saying, like, do you feel it would be problematic if I had it? We got same values, we got the same lifestyle, and I'm saying this is the mission, and she's like, I ain't getting on that mission. That's going to end up in problems.
Well, that's exactly what's happening these days. That's exactly what that's exact. I want to do this, and I use the cars all the time. I want a black BMW. He wants a black BMW. She wants a white Mercedes, right? And so, which one do you get? You only got the money right now to pick up one luxury vehicle. Which one do you get? You know, and maybe in your mind, you want to get the SUV next year, and then you want to get the sports car the year after that, and then you start maybe you'll get a boat. You got this whole plan in terms of your family vehicles, but you're gonna start with the black BMW. But then she's like, no, I want a white Mercedes Benz, and that's what we getting.
Well, let me explain this, because this is real simple. This is real simple. You on a bus and the woman is a passenger. You have to have a description of where the hell you going on the side of the bus, and the woman has to be able to see the description of where the bus is actually going, and she has to make a choice to get on the bus.
Oh, you know, I'm still that bus. Let go.
I'm still on the bus with you, and as a woman,
I like that.
You sit back and just relax. You know, you can sit and talk to the bus driver and all this other stuff, but this is where we going.
This is whenever she decides to do something different, and you saw the sign. You saw the sign
exactly.
When it was coming up the
road.
And
whenever she decides to do something different, she could just ring the bell and just get off the bus. And guess what? What the bus is going to do? Just like Shan said, keep the fuck going.
But Mr. Let Go,
last I checked, there's only one driver. There's only one driver. It's not two drivers. It's not three. It's only one damn driver.
There's one bus. The bus is going to go regardless of what the woman wants.
Mr. Let Go, you gotta do a full clip of the bus driver joint, because you know that's your favorite. That's your favorite knowledge, right? You regurgitate that one, and every time you say it, everybody likes it.
I never heard it. I'm gonna steal it and I'm gonna put his name.
I never heard that either.
I never heard it.
I definitely
I'll
stole
credit
it.
it. I'll
Hey,
credit
Shan,
it.
don't
I'll
worry about
credit
it.
it
I
for
done
sure,
stole it
but
before, and I done said it on my live too.
I'm definitely borrowing that shit. I'm definitely borrowing that shit. Just so you know, let go.
I want to hear. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
The only thing he
Hold
said,
on,
right,
hold on,
in
Ali.
the
Hold on.
last,
Hold on, Ali. I want to get some other people in here real quick so we can move on. Ricky, you got something on this?
Oh, I just wanted to say, yeah. I just want to say, yeah, y'all can use the bus analogy, but a lot of y'all niggas can't drive.
I was thinking the same thing, Rick. I was thinking the same thing.
They don't got their L's. Niggas do not know how to use an air brake.
hey, yo,
They don't know how to turn.
go ahead, Ricky.
They don't understand that tail swing.
Ricky, a one-liner, boy. I tell you.
They're not gonna like that one. They're not gonna like that one. Hey, but Shannon, to your point about the decision like with the car, the BMW versus the Mercedes, this is where values ties into to mission. So it's interesting that you bring up that scenario where one wants one thing, one wants the other thing, because the clip that was played, that's Alex Hormozy's Lady Hormozy, and I'm a big fan of Alex Hormozy. He be dropping gems in business, but I remember him talking about the one rule they have in their relationship is if we don't agree on the decision, then we don't move forward. And I'm like, Alex, mad respect on business, success, all of that. Stick to that, because that's crazy, right? Like, a decision has to be made, and our value system, because we have shared values, the way it rolls in my household, right? And I think in the sound relationship is there's a leader, and we, as a good leader, as somebody who knows how to drive the bus, it's my job to get Law to buy in, to be able to lead her and get her on the same page. But if we do have that rare situation where I've led, I tried to get the Law to buy in, I broke it down for her, and we still don't come to the same page, we both have the same value system that if we don't agree, I make the final call, right? And so somebody has to have that. So I thought it was real interesting because she was the one in the clip, and I know that's what they say in their relationship. If we don't have come to the decision together, then we don't make the decision. Nah, well, this is where values come, like, interconnects to the mission. If you had a value system that, hey, there's one head, any organization has got more than one leader, just don't work. So as a good leader, as a good bus driver, you got to get the buy-in, you got to lead properly and bring them along. But if it don't always work out that way, we both have the same value system that, hey, at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. So,
and that's what I would ask about the bus analogy real quick, just the bus analogy. And to go with what Ricky was saying, some dudes just don't know how to drive. Like, so does that also in the line with that? Most dudes don't really have a direction.
But
like, they don't really have an idea of where to go and how to get there.
It's a woman's job to, when she gets on the bus, to be able to make sure the bus is going in a direction that where it's said on the side.
Yeah, but remember, I'm saying, but we talking
there's always a little bell up there that tell her, like, you know what, I don't like how this guy's driving, I want to get off. There's always that bell. You can get, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of women don't hit the bell and get the hell off the bus when they realize either the bus driver can't drive, he's going too fast, or he's not going in the direction that was on the side of the bus. She can just hit that bell and get off whenever she wants to.
Yeah, I'm with you though. But if we talking about king talk, right? We talking to kings. Hopefully, is what we're trying to do. We're trying to tell these young dudes or these older dudes that you need to have a plan, right? Like, if you're trying to build your legacy, you need to have a plan in which in the way that it should go. Because, as once again, as I always quote John Maxwell, success rises and falls on leadership. The reason why the earth and the sin became into the world was because Adam was disobedient. You know what I'm saying? So yes, women have some role to play, but if we're talking about trying to build relationships and trying to have this bus going in the right direction, that man literally needs to know exactly where he's going and how he's going to get there, right? And she has the option to get on or get off. But I'm speaking to the men that are like, okay, if you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and you have a sense of direction and you have a sense of structure, and this woman is still on your bus, but she's not alluding and she's not coming to the position of sharing your mission, your values, and also your lifestyle, then you can actually get her off the bus. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that she's choosing to be on the bus, but as a man, you can also tell her she got to get off the bus because she's not following the directions in which the direction of the bus driver is going, is what I'm saying.
Hold on, y'all. I want to get to Rio real quick, and then we get final thoughts. Go ahead, Rio. What you want to get in on this?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement with the majority. I think for me, shared mission, I think it depends on how we want to look at it. If she's on board with your mission, I think that is somewhat of a shared mission. Her mission is yours. Shared values, very important. It's very difficult, I think, to be on one accord if we have two different value systems, right? As far as shared lifestyle, I just think it's dope when you have that.